Hat-Trick Hockey is brought to you in part by Eric Standell, Remax Capital Diamond Realty, servicing Windsor, Lakeshore, Tecumseh, LaSalle, and Essex County. As a third-generation realtor with a decade-long track record of multi-million-dollar production, Eric Standell brings a wealth of experience to the table. With specialties in residential resales, investment properties, and new construction sales, Eric Standell tailors his approach to meet the unique needs of his clients, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Contact Eric Standell, Remax Capital Diamond Realty today for all your real estate needs. Call or text 226-345-9199 or visit his website, ericstandell.com. That's ERICSTANDEL.com. If he's got 99 in his number, shouldn't that tell you something? Contact Eric Standell today. What's going on, all you Beauts and Beauties? Welcome to the Hat-Trick Hockey Podcast, brought to you by GL Heritage, the official beer of HTH. I am your host, Brett Hedges, along for the ride with two of my favorite guys, the creator of the show, the king of crispy, Anthony Gaudette, and Mr. Hockey Google himself, Mr. Fish and Chips, should I say, Tristan McGuire. Before we start the show, make sure you guys follow us on all of our social media platforms. Give us a subscription on YouTube. Visit our merchandise link. We've got some new stuff in there, right, bud?
Yep.
And, of course, use our promo code or help support our sponsors because they support us. Yes. Use our promo code with biosteel.ca, crispy, HTH, all caps, and use our promo code with Howie's Hockey Tape to get 10% off your order. That is HTH Podcast. Gentlemen. Yes. Good to see you. Didn't we just see you?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Know. You look familiar.
From one studio to another.
Yeah.
How you doing? How's your belly? You got some fish
Tristan
and chips
ate like half a lake of fish, I think.
A great big, nice, thick piece of haddock and
nice.
Downed it in about 5 minutes. So
he
that could
be
good or bad.
Burger. He still has a burger.
I still got my
inside.
burger left in there.
That's
That's for after the show. That's a post show.
It's carbon up.
Clean up. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just earlier today on the recording of this podcast, we did 2 Spitfire games in the meeting within the 24-hour span.
Yep.
They beat Erie in an ugly game 3-2, and then they won in an ugly game 5-2 against Brampton, but they played well in the third period there.
Yeah.
Before we go into some hockey topics, a little bit of some sad stuff. Yeah. Just wanted to give some recognition and our condolences to Sandy Repko. Mm-hmm. She passed away a couple weeks ago, and she was a well-known official, and she was a teacher as well. She used to be the PA announcer for the Kingsville Comets back in the day.
No way.
Yeah.
So that's how we got the tie-in here with the show. I've known her for a long time because she was a track official. I've known her literally my entire life. And I didn't know this before, but you guys said that she had a lot of stuff in Essex as well, right?
Yeah, well, she worked at Essex High School, almost volunteering for all of our different events, and especially with the Wexa head at the time was Joe Micarelli, who was a gym teacher at our school. She worked in tandem with him a lot for any Wexa convened events, be it the volleyball, the football, the basketball. She was usually there giving of her time, so... condolences and prayers to the family of Mrs. Repko. I knew her just in passing, as well from the banquet of the athletic awards, be it coaching or I myself being a player years ago. I met her, and she was a very kind soul, and that's a sad loss. I just found out right before the show. So, yeah.
And how did you know her?
So I go back to as far as like playing hockey in Kingsville when I was younger, where she would run the clock from up in the corner there in the booth, and she would do all the announcing for the goals and everything. If you live in Kingsville and you've been in that rink, you know Sandy's voice. You might not even know her, but you might know her. You'll probably know her voice if you're in that rink. And she just has an iconic voice there, and she's going to be deeply missed. She's an absolute legend when it comes to the game and just Essex County in general. She knew a lot of people. She touched a lot of lives, and I know that she's like, she has to be just thrilled with everything that she's done in her life, and she lived a long life, and she's seen a lot of hockey games.
Oh my Lord,
a lot of hockey.
I forgot because she used to do the youth games too. She didn't just do Kingsville.
She did tournaments, everything. Man. She was
at,
and I mean, she would be at every game morning until the last game was done.
Yeah,
Sandy was always at the rink. So
I believe she was 85. So she lived. She had a great life.
Pretty good life.
One of the first things that I remember about her, when I was 13 or 14. We had the Junior Pan Am Games in Windsor, and that's why Windsor has the stadium that they do, because they hosted the Junior Pan Am Games. And she was like the official there. She's actually like one of like the top like track officials in Canada.
Yeah.
Like if she's like doing a U Sports meet, she is the person.
Yeah.
Like she is the track official. Like whatever she says goes. And like I just remember her like just. Like all these like top level athletes, right? They're under 23 or whatever, but she's holding court. Like, no, you can't do this. You can do this. Track is closed. Warm up's off. Now we're doing this, right? Because that's an international event.
Yeah.
Like I just and like you said, Tristan, she was a great lady. Gave her time all the time. She is in the Windsor Essex County Sports Hall of Fame.
Rightfully so.
They named the female Athlete of the Year award and Wexa after her. I think that was called the Repko Cup.
Yes, yeah.
And she's got a number of different awards named after her. So I just wanted to get the show going right off the bat. And guaranteed, everyone that's listening, or a majority of the people that are listening, know exactly who we're talking about.
100%.
So our condolences and thank you, Sandy, for everything you did for the sport. She passed away a couple weeks ago, and she was 85. She had a great life. So. As Tristan said, our condolences and our thanks to the family. One other person that passed away was the former OHL commissioner, David Branch. We've talked about this a couple of times because we've been on the Spitz broadcast, but this is our first time chatting amongst ourselves for the show. 45 years as the OHL commissioner.
Insane.
I know some people like, oh, Branch, this, and that. 45 years, man.
Yeah.
Like, you got to give it up for the guy. He's been doing it since the
argue
80s. He helped make the OHL a gateway to the NHL, or at least helped it become that. So we've said it a couple times on air, but our thoughts and condolences to his team. And what big shoes to fill for Brian Crawford of the OHL.
Think about it, though. He lived his life in the sport that he loved.
Yep.
And he worked for the sport that he loved. And look at the stuff that he did for the OHL.
Yep.
Like, it is insane, the stuff that he's done for the league and the revenue that he's brought in for the league and just what the league is now because of him.
Yeah, well, he brought about kind of the more modern amalgam we have of, like, the CHL being an official like trifecta unit as with the Memorial Cup and everything, because there were certain teams, like you go back years ago, that were excluded because they only participate in the Quebec League or vice versa, but he made it, like you said, that development league, and really, he saw multiple decades of development.
Well, think about it.
Today.
It's twice as old as you are. Yeah. He spent as the OHL commissioner, right?
Longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
5 years longer.
Wow.
That's unreal.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. I never interviewed him, but I was obviously in the same room with him. Like when Windsor hosted the 2017 Memorial Cup, like I remember being in the room, and like he was very gracious with his time with everyone that asked for interviews and stuff. And like I was still like a pretty like lowly reporter, so I wasn't gonna go right up to the guy and be like, "Hey, like, can I bother you for a bit?" Because I was doing other bits for around the tournament. Surprised that we didn't do that. Maybe the show that I was working on, I'm sure that they did interview him, but I just didn't. Great guy, great ambassador for the game. He's gonna be sorely missed, and Brian Crawford is the guy who's the OHL commissioner now. So Branch only had maybe 2 years outside of being the commissioner where he was before he passed. So I'm glad that they at least had a succession plan in place for him to be to have someone in place when he retired, and he lived a good life. So our thanks to him. Boys, I thought that we would put a new segment into the show. Eventually, we're hoping to get a sponsor for this segment, and I'm going to call it the Beauts and Beauties of the Week. So just whoever we think was our top performer, or someone who had a great play, or just one thing that off the top of our head, or something that you thought about was the best thing of the week, I thought that we would do that. So, why don't we go with you? Who do you think is the Beaut or Beauty of the Week?
I'm going with Norm.
Yeah?
I mean, absolutely. Norm gets 1,000 games officially now.
Yeah, we're rocking some Walpole gear.
So this is for you. And yeah, man, just once again, what an accomplishment. We're so happy for you, man. We're proud of you. That's a long time to be in the league. And man, think about the players that have come across Norm, like how many players that he's been on the bench with or in the dressing room with and stuff like that, and the ones he's helped out. And it's a lot, man, and it's a lot of time, and those guys bust their ass behind the scenes. All the trainers, equipment managers, doctors, whoever, those are the guys in the trenches that like take care of everything for the guys on the bench.
That's 25 years of
that's what I mean,
right? Because it's 1,000 games and they play about 40 games a season. So actually it'd be longer than that because you get wow.
I think they said it was I think they said that's about right,
because minus COVID and stuff like that.
But man, Norm's a trooper, man. So this one's for you, buddy. Congrats.
He's a beauty. He's the original.
That's my beauty of the week is Norm Odell. That's my beauty of the week. Yep.
The dog, Norm Odell.
The dog.
Because it wasn't just Walpole. Obviously, it was the Wolfsburg Lakers before.
And the Wolfsburg Thunderhawks.
The Thunderhawks. I saw that logo on that post you made. That's an actually cool logo.
Yeah, they've been there. Yeah. They were in the league, I think, from the inception of the PJHL until 2 years ago. So I think they were from 2017, 18-ish till 2022 or 2023.
So I was talking to Coma's the one who works with Norm.
Yes.
And
Rogers.
So that graphic that I threw up there of him, so they all got shirts of that today, and they all wore them to the rink today for Norm. So I was told that. I had to ask. I wanted to make sure. I'm like, does he know and everything? But they showed him at practice.
Perfect.
So Norm seen everything at practice, so it was just him and the team. So everything went smooth. So Norm, once again, buddy, congrats on 1,000.
Let's go, Normie.
Yeah.
What about you? You got one on the top of your head or no?
A Beauts or Beauty?
A Beaut or Beauty.
Oh, I have to pick one.
Yeah.
Or maybe a top play or anything that maybe.
Sponsors too. If you ever want to sponsor this segment, get a hold of us.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Yeah, I do have one.
It's himself.
No, definitely not. I'm gonna say Jack Nesbitt.
Okay.
So he hasn't been that flashy with the points, but just in the last 2 games that I had to actually sit down and watch and kind of, put that spotlight on him in my own mind, just watching him on the ice, I learned a new appreciation for the game he plays. He plays it the right way. You want to talk about a complete hockey player. Jack Nesbitt of the Windsor Spitfires, for all those who maybe don't know, but fantastic forward, 6'4", 200 pounds. Great skater, drafted 12th by Philadelphia last year. They moved up to get him, and now I know why. Outstanding player, and I think he's just going to keep getting better and better. And the player comparable I gave for him, I actually really liked yesterday. I thought about it, and Philly Flyers fans, you have looked forward to John LeClaire 2.0. This kid is great at both ends of the ice. He can throw hits. He's tenacious, and he comes out of the corners with pucks. Modern player, Slavkovsky, who himself could be a beauty of the week if you want to talk about 20 points in his last 12 games.
Yep.
But, yeah, keep an eye out, fans, for Mr. Jack Nesbitt.
Shoot.
I like it. That's tough shoes to fill there.
I was so worried about what you guys were going to say. I never really thought about what I was going to say. I'm going to go for an individual play, and we saw this in our game last night. We don't mean to cherry pick and do 2 Spitfires in the same thing, but Anthony Cristoforo had that sick in between the legs goal against Erie to give them. That ended up being the game-winning goal, and just the fact that he's a defenseman playing up because of just the situation with the Spits. They had 7 healthy defensemen. They decided to put him up at forward, and he's done well. Like 9 of his 13 goals this year have been in the last 12 games. A bunch of them has been as a forward, and he's had to go back and forth. And just the fact that he's willing to do that for his team, certified beauty in my opinion. But if I was going to go 1A, 1B, he's going to be 1A because that one sick play he had. 1B, Andrew Castles. What an interview we had with him, man.
Yeah.
That was great. I just wanted to thank him for, because he said before we recorded, he'd never done any podcast interviews before.
We were the first, I think.
And the fact that he was willing to trust us and, give us his time, what
a privilege.
And he gave us like an hour and 15 minutes too.
At least. He was out here.
It wasn't
flyby.
Yeah, it wasn't a flyby.
We got to meet him.
Yeah, we just hung out.
We learned Andrew Castle's the man, right?
Oh yeah,
it was awesome.
Beauty.
What was your favorite story from that interview? I think the Messier skates one was my favorite one. Yeah. He's talking about Messier going through like 75, 80 pairs of skates in a season. Just because, like...
The stick where they had to flip it the other way, that was pretty wild. I've never heard of that before.
It's pretty cool.
I had the carbon fiber blades. Yeah.
I liked learning the fact that he was traded for the pick that would turn in for Montreal to Valeri Bure.
Yep.
That's fascinating to me because Val Bure, went on to have a great career with Montreal, Florida Panthers, obviously playing with his brother Pavel. And I believe he finished off with Florida.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a cool little nugget of information. I always wondered, I'm like, for a guy like Andrew Castles, you want to get a quality return. They got a really good player for their franchise for the next 5 or so years before he moved on. So
yeah,
that's really cool nugget. I like those trade trees when you can see
for
who came from where.
And he gave us some really nice stories. He gave us a lot of background information, like him going to Montreal for his first game, his parents having to take the train up there, and then he scores on his first shift. And even just talking about the Montreal Forum, how it was like full of cigarette smoke and just the details that he has, like. Over a 1,000-game series, 1,000-game season, the fact that he can, pick out his first game, like, okay, I remember this, and just give us those details. I thought that was super cool. So those are our inaugural Beauties of the Week.
Yeah.
So hit us up if you want to sponsor this segment. Of course, any potential sponsorship, make sure you hit up hattrickhockeypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it is drop-down season in junior hockey. So I've got a list of the players that went from their respective teams to lower divisions. But did you guys want to recap the Spitz games this week before we do that, or any NHL action? Because this might get a little involved here. Might go in my deep dive nerd hole here.
No, I not necessarily. I would just say, obviously, that the Spitfires, they end that little skid they had, bounce back with 2 wins that they needed both in a back-to-back scenario. So good for them on that. And big game this upcoming Wednesday. Kind of, I think, to really, set the tone on where they are headed in the playoffs. They're playing Kitchener Rangers. Fans, go ahead. If this episode's out by then, I don't know, but go and check out Wednesday night. Kitchener is in town. Should be a good game.
And then Friday, Flint's in town too.
Yeah,
and then they go on the road to Flint.
Yeah.
3 big games coming up.
Massive.
Hey, anything from the NHL before I do the dive here?
No.
Perfect. I just want to make, because I don't. You guys find out, like, you guys have like your ear to the NHL a little bit more than I do, but
just the fact that Montreal's doing fantastic, and they've got a lot of different players who fly under the radar. Not too many people talk, like Oliver Kapanen, draft pick that no one's name really stood on the paper. Now he's playing second line, doing great with Montreal. Just the same with Zach Balduke, who they got in the trade for Logan Mailloux. He's doing great. That's looking like a one. Although Mailloux just signed an extension with St. Louis. Bell River guy. Congratulations to him. So he gets to stay in the state of Missouri for another year at least. And then, but yeah, just that Montreal team in general, I think it's important to note that they are on the upswing and for the right reasons. Leading the charge though, Juraj Slavkovsky, like I said, 20 points in his last 12 games played. That's deadly. And he scored tonight, top shelf. We were watching that right before you got here, Brett. He's coming into his own as a first overall pick, and that guy was taken there for a reason.
Detroit Red Wings doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
Last 3 games, they lost that one game to Boston 3-0, but they followed that up with a big 4-2 win over San Jose. The game before that, before the Boston game, they won in overtime against Carolina. A little bit of a missed cross-check in front. I don't know.
Here's the thing with me. I'm like, I think Gostisbehere is just bad at skating. Because like he barely got kind of nudged there, and he went down like he got. But I'm like, then again, would you really sell it as a player? Like, you're in a game-ending scenario. You're about to cut off the pass.
Yeah.
You're really going to try and draw a penalty, but maybe you assume, like, if I go down hard enough, this is for a game-winning goal. Surely they got to call it. And they didn't, so it backfired. I think that's karma. Canes, you don't need any points. You're running the Metro Division.
Yeah.
Detroit gets it. Briefly was in first place. They moved back down to second because Tampa Bay is the superior team by far, not just in points. Not so much the Ottawa Senators, which our producer, yeah, it's a tough go.
Yeah.
But then again, you think about the wagon of the Atlantic Division. Ottawa was 20 as of before this recording, 22, 19, and 5, and that's last in the division.
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing to gawk about. You just be like, oh, well, yeah, they're last. Yeah, but they're still better than half of the teams in the Pacific Division and, well, the whole Western Conference, right? Mm-hmm. That Central Division runs the Western Conference. So I think, all things said, like, I think they got to do away with the conferences in a playoff bracket. I think it should be top 16.
Okay. I like that.
I think you would actually see the best teams. And sometimes, yeah, guess what? That might not be the best for marketing, but it's honest. You will see the best of the best. Mm-hmm. It's not the best of the best if, Ottawa doesn't make this and they finish, let's say they finish with 92 points and then the Utah Mammoth get in with 90. Yeah. And it's because they have 13 overtime losses, right? Like, that's not something you want to see. Yeah. I want to see a team that, has the legit reason for being in the playoffs, not just to be squeaked in under stipulation.
Mm-hmm. So Ottawa has too much shit going off the ice right now.
Yeah, what a wild scenario there.
They need to get rid of that shit, man. That's not going to help out anything at all when it comes, team's not going to be good on the ice if they're not good in the room. Like, it doesn't matter what level it is. It could be, novice all the way up to the fucking all the way up. It doesn't matter. If you don't have good chemistry in the room, it's not going to spill out onto the ice, and it will never work. Right. And right now that room is everybody's fucking separated right now. Allmark's on a leave. We're not going to get into it, but he's on a leave.
A lot of rumors.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit flying around right now around the Senators.
You know what I think would solve this problem?
What?
They should trade for JT Miller. That would be a great solution.
No, bring in the lightning rod for controversy.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but it's just, they need to just figure their shit out in the room before they do anything else on the ice. Otherwise, like I said, it's not going to work, and it's going to be a long rest of the season. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you do? Do you blow it up at the trade deadline, and do you just start fucking trading guys, or do you try to maintain with what you have? Because they don't have a bad squad, but they're just playing as one right now.
I think this is a year, if you're Ottawa, you count it as a wash. You don't panic. You know what you did wrong. You can look in the mirror at yourself and go, okay, we kind of did the New York Rangers thing and tried to rush a rebuild. Yeah. You cut your losses. Those big contracts that kind of hurt you, namely Ullmark. If you can find a way to sell him off after this little issue, I think they'll be fine. I think they got enough talent. I think if you wait till a team like Florida and Tampa truly do fall off a cliff, them and Boston, Ottawa can linger around long enough that it's going to be Montreal, Detroit, Ottawa running that division, and Buffalo now, Buffalo, they should be, oh my gosh, you want to talk about beauty of the week. They're on like a 16-2 run right now. Yeah. Like, that's ridiculous. So
after they fired the GM, right?
Yeah. Massive run. And even Rick Bowness comes in. He's 2-0 in Columbus since Dean Evison has been fired, to which Yegor Chinnikov, who had just gotten traded to Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Out of Columbus. They're like, oh, by the way, did you see that Dean got fired? And he goes, oh, I'm not surprised.
Oh, really?
So, said that straight to the reporters. So there you go.
That's Sabres always have a run like this, so it just never happens till later on in the year. It's not usually this early.
Yeah, it's when they're eliminated. They're about 18 and 40, and then they decide to rip off 10 in a row.
Yeah, but if they can keep it up, man,
because they got talent.
They're
on
scary.
That team.
Yeah, they're young too.
I think Tage Thompson is the best American player in the league right now.
Yeah, he's firing like 8 shots a game himself right now. It's ridiculous.
8 shots a game. Yeah, he's scoring a hat trick a game.
I know, but I mean he's getting fucking 8 shots on goal a game too. Everybody else.
I'm not talking about fantasy hockey.
No, I'm talking about betting, motherfuckers.
I think
you hammer those shots on goal because they don't have to score.
I think Tage Thompson is the best American player. I don't think. Close second though.
Cole Hudson.
Cole Hudson. Who's that?
Lane Hudson, sorry.
There is a Cole Hudson, but he's like a prospect.
Pardon me.
No, it's a defenseman, though, Zach Werenski. Tearing it up with Columbus. Probably going to win the Norris. Probably should win the Norris. Maybe even win the Hart if the Columbus sneaks in there. Mind you, like I said, the East is a bloodbath. Yeah. You won't know anything until about 2 weeks out, or a week out, or a day out from, when that final clinching night happens.
A weekday. Huh?
What?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Sorry, I missed it.
Because you said a week and a day, and
okay.
So I said a weekday.
Oh,
we forgot Sergei Fedorov's number got retired
Yeah.
by the Wings.
That's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, about fucking time.
Yeah, I never thought it was going to happen personally, but obviously they mended
Red Wings
defenses
a little, retiring it against Carolina might be a little bit petty, considering isn't that the team Fedorov signed the offer sheet with?
Yes, back in the day.
Everybody's like, that wasn't thought of. It's just freaking coincidence. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Same owners.
Yeah, well,
Same owner in Carolina.
Same owners in the Wings too.
The owner who,
So-
yeah, but that owner that I think was keeping that number out of the rafters is no longer with us.
Yeah, but
so.
didn't Joe Sakic sign an offer sheet somewhere too?
He did in New York.
New York
Yeah.
Do
Rangers,
you guys a favor and watch Saving Sakic? Great documentary.
like a 30 for 30 thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like a full on movie. Or is it Saving? Yeah, it's called Saving Sakic. It's on
Saving
Amazon.
Mr. Sakic or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic watch. The soundtrack's great to it. It's a really good cinematic take on the New York Rangers offering him a like a ton of money, and then it's next thing you know, he signed it. So yeah, just interesting scenario. But with Fedorov, I don't know why there was
It
ever
is
any
Saving
bad
Sakic,
like,
by the way. I was wrong.
yeah, okay. He Fedorov, like when he left, I wasn't alive, but a lot of people to this day hold a grudge about it. A lot of people don't. And it was good to see a lot of people there were in support of Sergei, and he felt really welcomed because you could tell this guy, and I felt so bad for him. Like, he genuinely feels bad about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should never have to apologize for being a pro athlete and making a decision. But he was like, I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, as though he like is on trial. That's what it felt like, right?
Yeah.
He's standing up to give his account,
Yeah.
and everyone is the jury. And I think he was pardoned.
Yeah,
So.
I think so too. The fact that he's like, I made a mistake leaving Detroit, but leaving when I did led me to meet my wife, and that's why I have my kids. Like,
Yeah.
it was a nice little caveat. It's like, but look at these beautiful kids I have here
exactly.
now. Like,
He's
come
"Hey."
on, like,
Even
but
though those kids are
Look
about
at
10
hot
years
wife
old.
and beautiful kids.
yeah.
Exactly.
But I just thought I wanted to make sure that we got that in there as well because there's no Detroit dynasty without.
Did you guys
Sergei
see
Fedorov.
Mac there? D-Mac just phone out the whole time.
No, I did not.
D-Mac's he's got to have sick videos. I'm gonna ask him for something.
Well, yeah, like Brendan Shanahan came down to watch Kirk Maltby.
Yeah.
Obviously, Draper and Yzerman already in the organization. Darren, what's his name? He's a scout for us now. Holmstrom. He also was there as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's pretty much everyone from that 98 team anyway. Maybe the 02, some of them, Shanahan, and just a fantastic organization. And they played it up.
Yeah.
Huge. I'm so happy they did that. It wasn't a quiet little, we finally got to do this. It was a, I watched the video on how they put the mold on for those skates. Like they put the, it's just like a cover tape, but still, that's cool. The white Nike skates, for those who remember back in the day, that's the style.
Yeah, all the players wore Fedorov jerseys during warm-up,
Yeah.
and when they were coming off, they all gave him like a hug and a handshake kind of thing.
Yeah, it had Fedorov on the back 91s, but it had their numbers on the sleeve.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was a sweet touch.
I liked it. Sergei goes up, number 91.
About time.
Fantastic. Number 91 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts.
Yeah.
And
Big
everyone
time.
forgets, like it's like the way that he had to defect from Russia to come over to Detroit in the first place. Like, it was a dicey situation.
Yep.
Like, this guy put his life on the line to come over to play.
Him and his brother
North
both
America.
came over, right?
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Fedor is his brother.
Fedor Fedorov. And they,
He used to play for the Spits too,
yeah, you're right.
and the Plymouth Whalers.
Yes.
It's that guy Ant
Yeah.
pulling it
Oh,
out.
I think actually he was there too. The professor. I think Igor Larionov was there the other night too.
Yes.
So, just man, what a team! Oh my gosh! But yeah, Sergei, maybe one of the most talented players to ever lace him up in the late '90s, early 2000s. He had a 5-goal game. Only Red Wing to ever do it. That's impressive in and of itself. I don't know if anyone's ever going to do that as a Red Wing again.
I think Franzen did it.
Oh yeah, you're right. But no one talks about no friends and so on.
Still did it.
You know, Mike Babcock
Yeah.
had a couple
Ruined
things to say about him.
Yeah, poor guy.
Poor guy.
But
Sorry, Johan.
we are sorry. That Mike Babcock did
You
you
didn't
dirty,
deserve that,
He-
man.
No one did.
He put the cock in Babcock
big time.
because he's an asshole.
That's
I don't care,
right.
I'll say it.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of why you just said? Never mind.
He's a cock. All right. Next.
I was at the Spitz game the other day, at the Brantford game, and I got to shake Chris Draper's hand. He was walking
sweet.
by. He was just walking in the concourse. I was like, "Oh my God, Chris Draper!" And I just shook my hand. And he just shook my hand and just kept
I was
walking.
gonna say
like,
the next
sweet.
words. The next words that flew out of your mouth should have been.
You want to come on the Happy Hollywood? No, that
Exactly.
would have been
Say,
cool.
we
though.
know DMAC.
You should have been wearing a Claude Lemieux.
That's your segue. DMAC. You use DMAC.
like Claude did you
I'll
a
just
favor.
follow him.
He's
Yeah.
like,
But he's always at Spitz games because he's one of the he's the
yeah,
lead
no,
scout for the Wings.
yeah.
right?
pretend I didn't say the story. That's terrible.
Yeah, we're
It's a
joking.
joke.
Yeah,
Relax.
Chris.
He's
Chris
not
Draper
watching. It's okay.
Yeah.
I
You're
don't know,
fine.
man.
Yeah,
They got
you know,
eyes.
you know what? You don't know
If
anymore.
he takes one look, I'm never going on this show.
That's
no.
so true. Oh, that's funny though.
You're good.
Chris is a legend. Go on.
Absolutely.
All right,
probably the best playoff beard I've ever seen. Back when he had the
Oh
big
yeah,
red
you
playoff
look
beard.
like you look like a Viking. The ginger beard.
Fantastic.
Let's
So
get into this drop down deep dive that you have.
yes, please. January 9th and 10th was trade deadline for Junior C and Junior B, and that's when and Junior A as well. So we had some players get moved down to
So first thing I want to get out of the way.
yes.
That is a trade deadline in junior. You have the ability to sign a free agent after that point, correct?
I believe so.
And they can play in the playoffs?
I believe so.
Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yes, because
I think multiple PJHL teams, signed people after that point. So
yes, signing
minor
is
hockey
different.
or-
Yeah, the trades are a little bit different because we'll get into it in a few minutes. Like Windsor finally dropped down Max Brocklehurst, but I think they had to do some paperwork, so like his drop down didn't officially count until the 16th, and like the deadline day was like the 10th. So so LaSalle gets him. That's a little bit later. So Dacian Pilon Van de Bogard, great name. He drops from LaSalle to Lakeshore in 25 games with LaSalle and Sarnia. He had 1 goal, 2 assists, and 3 points, and he played in 24-25 for the Windsor Junior Spitfires. The LaSalle Vipers also picked up defenseman Charlie Moskowitz, 6'5", 220.
Oh,
He's an 07. He's a right-hand shot.
07.
07. And in 2025, he played for the Markham Royals of 25-26, so he dropped down from Markham to play in LaSalle. So he's 11 games played, 0 points with 27 PIMs. And he played for 2 games, and then he got suspended, so he must have got into a fight or something. HTH alumni, Braden Burke.
Legend.
Was traded from Burlington to Chatham.
Let's go, Berkey.
And so is he from Essex or
Tecumseh.
He's from Tecumseh, okay. So 25-26, he was playing for Burlington in the OJ, 38 games played, 7 goals, 13 assists, 20 points, 14 PIMs. In 24-25, he played for the Canmore Eagles in the AJHL. Had 8 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. And prior to that, he had played 69 games for Chatham prior to that.
Yeah, he was well known in Chatham before he traveled.
28 goals, 27 assists, 104 PIMs. So he's racking it up. So
He
he's
can mix it up.
yeah. So he's on Chatham now. Another guy that we talked about a lot on this show because he was the HTH sponsored athlete on the Essex 73s, Santiago Jimenez. He was traded from Leamington or released from Leamington to Chatham. 25-26, he played for Chatham. 25 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points, 16 PIMs. In 24-25, he played for the BioSteel Sports Academy AAA program for the U16 team. 57 games played, 42 goals, 55 assists, 97 points.
How's that,
58 PIMs. And he was a force on Essex's 73's playoff run, too,
right? Oh, my
right?
gosh. The goals he scored versus Hanover and Petrolia, that kid can wire a puck harder than anyone I've seen on that ice pad. Like, genuinely. And he's 5'11" and 190 and, like, solidly built already. He's like a man.
I believe you said he was built like a fire extinguisher.
Fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant,
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Fire extinguisher, no. Fire hydrant, yeah. Just a solid kid.
No, literally. And he's a great guy, too. Great character person. He fits into any locker room. Santi's just he's a kind heart, but he's a mean cat when he wants to be on the ice, and that's a huge pickup for Chatham. That's right where he belongs, I think, at that level. wasn't getting much playing time in Leamington, which that's a stacked roster in Limo. Goes down to Chatham with an even more stacked roster for their respective level, and I think he's going to do well playing probably middle 6 minutes there on a good Maroons team.
I agree. Getting into some Junior B to Junior C drop downs, Brody Jones, defenseman for LaSalle, dropped down to Lakeshore. 74 games played, 7 in his career in LaSalle. 7 goals, 26 assists, 33 points, and 86 PIMs. In 25-26, he had 24 games played, 3 goals, 4 assists, and 7 points, 43. I'm not sure. I must have messed that up. Maybe he played for Lakeshore before?
No.
Okay. But he was an Oshawa Generals pick in 2023 in the 13th round, 247 overall.
He's a big kid.
Absolutely, yeah. I haven't seen him in
I think he's about 6'3" and 210.
I haven't seen him on a game sheet yet, so he's been on the roster for, he has been eligible to play. I have not seen him on the stat sheet yet. Maybe he's nursing an injury or something, or I'm not sure. Well, we'll see.
They're saving him. We'll see.
I agree. Yeah,
we'll
may as well.
He's a weapon.
Another big drop down from LaSalle to Lakeshore is Julian Geniak.
Oh boy.
In 79 games played in LaSalle the last 2 seasons, 25 goals, 39 assists, 64 points. In 2023-24 for the Lakeshore Canadians, in 41 games, he had 29 goals, 20 assists, and 49 points and 37 PIMs. He's a 14th round pick by the Windsor Spitfires in the 23 OHL draft.
Mr. Geniak, please don't terrorize us too much. This guy 2 years ago played on a top line with Eric Bisson and Trevor LaRue as a 16-year-old and was a freak of nature. Freak of nature. 2 points per game as a rookie, freak of nature as a 16-year-old. He already came back and he had a hat trick the other night against Dresden. What more can you say? He's going to be a weapon for them in the playoffs alongside Pilon Vandebogard.
Pilon Vandebogard, yeah. I hadn't seen him on the roster yet.
And Brody Jones. And obviously they still have Bo Porosky and net there alongside Hunter Welk. That's a well-built team. Mike Kopchuk on the blue line. They still got weapons up front in Sullivan. And Nick Graniero now will reunite with Geniak. I think they played a bit last year together.
Yeah, Kyle Green as well would be a former teammate.
Yes, you're right. Correct. So, man, this Lakeshore squad. And I like that they're really playing into that feeder system of Lakeshore to LaSalle to Windsor as official development programs. It's a good back and forth exchange. I like that too. It's not, they're not just grabbing people from everywhere. Essex has kind of done it similarly over the years with Chatham and Leamington. That's kind of been our funnel. I'm sure you'll get to the 73's drop down in a moment.
Yes. Sean Costello from the Windsor Spitfires was released to the LaSalle Vipers in between 24 and 26 in 2 seasons between Oshawa and Windsor. 62 games played, 1 goal, 9 assists, 10 points. So he picked up his first goal in the OHL a couple weeks ago in a road trip. I believe that was against Peterborough that he got that goal against them, or Kingston. I think it was Kingston. And he played in 23-24 in the OJHL with the Mississauga Chargers, 39 games played, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. He was selected 5th round by the Generals in 2023. So in the 2 games that I saw him play that he had played for LaSalle, he already had 2 goals and an assist in those 2 games that he had played for LaSalle, so that's a good spot for him. Just a guy that was, fighting for time on the 4th line with the Windsor Spitfires there. Yeah. Junior B, he's obviously having some success. He's going to get some big minutes playing on that team. Yeah. Probably be top line and top power play, that kind of stuff. So good for Sean Costello there. Grant Simons goes from Chatham to Wheatley in the PJHL. 22 games played for Chatham, 3 goals, 3 assists, and 6 points. He played in Wheatley in 24-25, and he had 3 goals and 4 assists in 7 points in 22 penalty minutes in 25 games played. And in their game this week against Lakeshore, he scored a goal in his first game played for them. So he's going to be a
good player. His brother, I believe his first cousin is former Chatham Maroon and Sutherland Cup champion Grant Simons.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Cam
Simons.
Simons.
That is Grant
this
Simons.
This is Grant we're talking about.
Cam Simons. Cam Simons, who went on to play in Blind River out in, or not Blind River, some kind of river out in
Old Man River?
out in BC, the BCHL.
Oh, okay, yes. It's okay.
The
It'll
River
come back.
Kings of some sort.
Yes.
My apologies.
The Essex 73s got player Drew Ferentz from the Chatham Maroons.
Yep.
He is originally from Lakeshore. He's a Lakeshore boy.
Yeah. Bell River. We could say Bell River on this show.
Okay.
We could say Bell River.
In 27 games played for Chatham this year, he had 1 goal and 8 assists. In 2024, he played for the 24-25. He played for the Windsor Junior Spitfires U18 team. He had 16 goals, 15 assists for 31 points there. And he already picked up a point in his first game in Essex last Tuesday.
Yep,
right?
he got an assist. He's going to be a really good player for us. He's fast. He's speedy. He already played with Lakeshore a bit. He was an AP for them last year, which I'm surprised they didn't use him more in the playoffs. Like Essex utilized, obviously, Jimenez a lot, knowing he had chemistry with Crawford, which also I want to give a shout-out. Matt Crawford dropped down from Leamington as well to go play with Jimenez in Chatham. So best of luck to Crow there. But, yeah, back to what we were saying. Ferentz... 5'10", 155-pound left shot forward. He's everything you think you could get from someone with that size. He's going to be fast. He's going to be speedy. Really good awareness. I noticed that. His playmaking is his strong suit.
Mm-hmm. Next man on the list, Matthew Crawford.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you just bypassed him.
Leamington to Chatham. Played for Essex 73s last year, like we were talking about. 25-26 with Leamington. 26 games played, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points, 23 PIMs. With Essex in 24-25. 41 games played, 19 goals, 24 assists for 43 points and 10 PIMs. He was a 15th round pick from the Peterborough Petes in the 2024 draft. I think he's going to do very well for Chatham.
Yeah, he will. Again, already much like Jimenez, very well-developed player when it comes to size. You know, they're already kind of grown into their frame. He knows what he's all about. Strong-nosed player with a good scoring touch, and just hardworking. I know that sounds really basic to say, but if you watch Matt's game, that's exactly what he brings to the table, and just the intelligence, the maturity that he brings to this game.
Even in the playoffs, like he was one of the top producers, like right behind Gabe Piccolo and Pat McManus. It was Matt Crawford that was number 3 on the team in points in the playoffs.
He was one of only like 2 guys to score in that whole, one of like 4 guys. Ignoring the final game of Essex Hanover. He was like one of 2 guys to score against that Hanover team, and it was a nice goal. Just too little, too late in that game too. I remember it vividly. But Matt never quits working.
Next player, Seth Coomer, was released by London and was signed by Chatham. This is Seth's 5th team in 3 seasons and the 3rd this year. Played 10 games for LaSalle, 13 games for London. Played for St. Mary's and Welland before that. Career 42 games, 9 goals, 9 assists, 18 points. Selected in the 10th round in 2024 by the London Knights. And the last name that was dropped down is Max Brocklehurst. He was a Windsor Spitfires pick. So he was playing on Windsor's 4th line and was a healthy scratch or was taking warm-ups and stuff like that. Wasn't getting a ton of time. 27 games played with Windsor this year, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points, 4 PIMs. Last year in LaSalle, 25 games played because he got hurt. 11 goals, 10 assists, and 21 points. But in 4 playoff games, he had 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points there. He was a 3rd-round pick by the Spits, 57th overall in 2024. So a little undersized. He has a late birthday, so he's only 17 now. I believe his birthday is like December 30th or something like that. So he just turned 17, so this guy's got a lot of hockey. And those 2 players, Costello and Brocklehurst, they can still go up and down to the Spits, so we might see them a couple times throughout the year because there's still like 25, 26 games left. But that is the drop-down special. How you doing, Ant?
I'm okay. I'm just absorbing it all.
It's like a sponge.
I'm like a sponge.
That's good. Any thoughts before I go into the PJHL roundup?
Oh, boy. No, okay.
I'm going to go brief. I know we're not. It's almost probably 10:30, 11 o'clock here. I'm not going to keep us past midnight. So
no, we're good.
The West Conference Stobbs Division recap starts on January 6th. Wheatley at Essex. Essex wins that one 5-1. Marcus Levesque had 1 goal, 1 assist. Connor Hunt, 1 goal, 1 assist. Shirk, 1 goal, 1 assist. Cale McCabe, 1 goal, 1 assist. Andrew Baker, 2 assists. Almost a shutout. Colton Selwood scored with 52 seconds left in regulation to spoil Burke's shutout bid. Burke Castles with assists to Carson Marakis and Brody Gillis. Burke Castle stopped 12 of 13 shots in the win Ethan Davis had 30 saves on 35 shots in the loss there. That's like 3 or 4 times that he's had shutouts going into like the last 2 minutes, right?
Right there.
I think that's the 4th time this season where he's been within
Imagine
90 seconds.
Imagine he ends up getting those though. Like he'd have like what
5 or 6
at least.
Because he's got
2 or 3.
Yeah, he's been really good. Or 3. He's got 3. You're right.
Mm-hmm. On January 2nd, on January 7th, the Blenheim Blades went to take on the Moortown Flags. Where is it at here? And the final score of that game was 2-1 for the Blenheim Blades. Blenheim was up 2-0 after the first period on goals from Brady Robertson and Landon Copeland. And then in the second, Dylan Dupuy scored with assist to Jace Dupuy and Owen McDonald. There was a big fight in this one in the second period. Landon Copeland fought with Josh Hazard of the Moortown Flags at the end of the second period there. So some fighting majors. We all love seeing that. So if you guys want to go rewind and the old PJHL, we love scraps on this one.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to take a look at that, go ahead. The final score was 2-1 in favor of the Blenheim Blades. As I said, Johnny Chartrand made 43 saves on 45 shots.
I'm pretty sure Moortown has a winning record against Blenheim this season. I think that might be like
close,
2-1 or 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
And then this game ends 2-1. So if we end up seeing that as a playoff series, which at this point I think it's unlikely to see, but if we ever did,
unreal.
Moortown, man, John Chartrand knows how to show up in big games for that club over there, and again, just stellar in the loss.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Chartrand was good, 43 saves on 45 shots. Jake Van Coyley, 34 saves on 35 shots there. So 2 of the best goalies in the division there. So congratulations to them. Same night, Wheatley taking on Dresden in Wheatley. This one went to a shootout. Guess what the score was? 6-7 in favor of the Wheatley Sharks. Dresden was actually up 4-2 after the first period in that one. And then it was 6-6 after 3 periods of play. Do they have the...
What Brett doesn't know is we're going to request his resignation just for saying that.
You have to go straight from 5 to 7
relations with that woman. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's impeachment. I'm sorry. You're going to make me resign instead. So Dresden was up 4-2. Colton Graham.
A lot of Graham on that board.
Yeah. 3 goals from Colton.
The Graham brothers are...
As always.
Those
Cameron
guys
Graham
are
scored.
unreal.
And then Nathan, Colton and Cam. It's their show. In the shootout, it's the first time I've seen a shootout on these breakdowns here. Brody Gillis scored. Brody Gillis was the only person that scored in the shootout. So Brody Gillis scores the shootout winner there.
Boom.
Blake Verburn makes 36 saves on 42 shots. Adam Flanagan had 8 saves on 12 shots in the first period. And then Ethan Davis came in relief and made 25 saves on 27 shots in the win there. Gavin Waslick had 2 goals for Wheatley as well. And Colton Graham had 3 goals. That's what he does. He's fantastic.
Machine.
Next game in the division was going to be on Friday. The Essex 73s took on the Lakeshore Canadians in front of 900 fans at the Atlas Tube Center. But they walked away disappointed because Essex comes away with a 4-2 win in that game. Tell us what your thoughts on that 4-2 win for the Essex 73s.
Ding! That's what I think.
Connor
Hunt
yeah.
outside of the top of the circle. He goes high glove on Bo Porosky, wires it. And my dad told me, he's like, Tristan, I was sitting there right there with Mark Nikita, 73's executive legend. They're sitting there. He's like, we didn't even know what the heck happened. Hunt let the shot go, and next thing you know, it's wired in the back of the net, like posting into the top shelf. That's why he's Connor Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
And that was his second goal of the game. It was actually a scoreless first period. Brandon Blanco came with the scoring for Lakeshore at 1:43. Connor Hunt evened the game 3:33 in the second period with his 18th goal of the year. Mitchell Hickson is awarded with the go-ahead
scored
goal.
Back-to-back games there, yeah.
Yeah, his second of the year. And then the goal that we're talking about, Connor Hunt, was at 12:31 of the third period to score. Got a pass from Andrew Baker, just right over the circles, or right over the right circle, and just snapped it right over the glove, right over the blocker of.
Yeah, he's a right catching glove.
Yes.
So I think it was his glove side.
Pardon me. Michael Kopchuk made it a 3-2 game at 16-10, but then Travis, don't you dare call me Revest Rive. I hope he likes that. Hope he has a sense of humor about that.
Oh, he does.
Okay,
sure,
good.
He's too busy working on the farm. I don't know if he watches TV.
Good for him.
He's kind of that kid's a hard work on
he's a
and
farm
off.
boy. Look at the way he plays, man. He gets in your face. He's crashing.
Doesn't know how to stop.
Yeah, and he's been wearing the C when Jackson Borche Smith's been out, right? So good for him. He earns the empty net goal there. Luke Shirk with a couple of assists in that game. Actually, just one. But he's been playing very well, very good as well. And Essex takes a big win there. So it's now 3-1 in the season series. No, 4-1. 4-1. Yeah. Because there's just one game for Essex and Lakeshore after
Lakeshore
that.
won 4-2. The one game up,
yes,
right? Yeah, in Lakeshore.
Yeah. Yes. So that was that was just the last game.
That's yeah.
Going to the next day, Moortown taking on the Dresden Kings. That game ended up 5-4. It was 1-1 and then 2-2 after 2 periods of play. Moortown pumped in 3 goals in the third period. Casey Schouten with a goal in the first. Cameron Graham tied it up for Dresden. Dylan Dupuis for Moortown. Nathan Reedhead for Dresden. That's 2-2. Then Dylan Dupuis, Casey Schouten scored to make it 4-2. McLean Norris makes it 4-3. Then 4-4 because Derek Neville's added one. And then Caleb Roussel scored on the power play with just 40 seconds left in the game to take the win there. I'm going to take a look at no fights in this game. Johnny Chartrand made 33 saves on 37 shots, 21 saves for Blake Verburn on 26 shots for the Dresden Kings there.
Verburn dropped down himself.
From Chatham. That was a couple weeks ago before.
He actually did well up in Chatham. So surprising drop-down choice for him. But he goes to Dresden. He's been there in the past, so they get their good goalie back.
Okay. So that was a 5-4 win for Moortown over Dresden. And, of course, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the season. There's not too many mulligans left over. If you're not going to be able to get any extra points.
Cam Graham just
unreal
goes out there and collects points effortlessly.
Next day, Lakeshore taking on the Amherstburg Admirals. Lakeshore took a 1-0 lead after the first period after outshooting Amherstburg 10-3 in the first frame. Laser, HTH alum, Lazar Dragasevich scored unassisted. In the second period, though, Stefan Djordjevic scored to tie at 1-1, 1:05 into the second period. 2:15 into the second period, Brady Drulard gives Lakeshore a 2-1 lead. Kyle Green then ties it up at 14:50 of his 17th of the year to make it 2-2. And then in the third period, Aiden Sullivan again scores to make it 4-2 for the Lakeshore Canadiens.
Chrysler TPT legend.
Oh,
my dad, Big Pat, was teaching him on the forklift one day.
Attaboy.
He goes, "Hey, aren't you the captain of Lakeshore?" And he's like, "Yep,
I sure am." Hunter Welk made 18 saves on 20 shots, and Landon Dimitrov made 32 saves on 36 shots in the loss for Amherstburg there. The next game is Wheatley and Blenheim. The Blenheim Blades come away with a 2-0 victory there on home ice. I like that they have the Sunday night game, Blenheim there, because when I'm getting things ready and putting the kids to bed, I'm like, oh, Blenheim's playing right now. I can tune in and I can watch something while I'm putting my kids to bed. This is a really tight game, 0-0 after the first period. Then Blenheim scored in the second from Dominic Gore. Just 1 minute left in the second period to take a 1-0 lead on the power play. And then Dominic Gore scored once again with just 4.5 minutes to go in the third for his 9th goal of the year.
You know, actually, I just wanted to make a quick comment. It surprises me that Blenheim chooses to do their home game days on Sunday, because doesn't Chatham do that as well?
I'm not sure.
I feel like Chatham is a Sunday night team, because Tyler Fleming,
yes,
my good friend, he used to always play in Chatham, and it was Sunday nights, home night. So, you would think 2 competing markets would make it 2 different days.
Yeah,
but
you go for the hometown. They
still
crowd.
Good fans. Anytime they go to Blenheim, it's packed. So.
Yeah, a couple hundred fans. That rink's not too big either.
No, but I mean, last year in the playoffs, there was 850 people there the one night.
Oh wow,
yeah,
good.
It was
awesome.
Packed.
Jake Van Collier made 35 saves for the shutout. Ethan Davis made 26 saves on 28 shots for the Wheatley Sharks. Dominic Gore had 2 goals. As we said, there was 259 people in the arena for that game as well. The next game is Essex taking on the Amherstburg Admirals. This one ended up in a 5-3 victory for the Essex 73s. Really fun game, 0-0 after the first period. Then in the second period, Rory Sanderson got Amherstburg on the board first with his 10th goal of the year. Noah Matheson then tied it about like 25 seconds later for his 16th of the year. Jack Lewis then scored 23 seconds after that for his 17th of the year. But Holden Wiley scored at 12:03 of the second to make it a 2-2 game after the second period.
It was Wiley's first junior C goal, so good.
Yes, you're right. Congratulations, Holden. In the third period, Ethan O'Neill scored his 7th of the year at 3:25. And then Cale McCabe gave Essex the insurance marker at his 10th of the year at 13:32. Rory Sanderson did get on the board again in the third period to make it 4-3, but then Carter Dembinski, the apple tree, scores into the empty net there to make it a 5-3 finish. This was a very entertaining game. I watched it. I watched almost every minute.
Amherstburg never went away. No. They kept themselves right in it. Good game from Lem and Dimitrov. Kept the steam in it big time. But yeah, I think a couple of sloppy penalties at the end there from Amherstburg kind of put Essex into control, and then that empty netter was massive from Dembinski.
Yeah, and this was the first game that we saw the newest signing from the Essex 73s, Tomas. How do we say his last name?
Najev.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Kniaziew. So thank you for saying it, so I didn't have to look like an idiot.
Tomas Najev.
Okay, so welcome to Essex.
Yeah, he goes by Moss.
Moss.
Yeah, because it's Tomas, not Thomas, right?
Yes.
There's a distinct European. I think Najev is Polish.
I see.
Yeah.
I remember talking about this in the summer because Essex had signed him in the summer, but then he went up north.
Right, he went up to play for the Powassan Voodoo's.
Sick name.
Yeah, well, you know why they're called the Voodoo's?
Tell me.
It's a plane. I actually didn't know that. So this whole time I'm thinking, the Voodoo's, what is it, like witch doctor, like kind of something like that.
Is that like
and then
Junior A?
It's Junior A Division 2. It's the NOJHL.
Yeah, NOJHL.
So is that the team?
They play like French River Rapids and Timmins Rock.
So that's where Brogan came from, that league.
Yeah, Elliott Lake.
Is that the team Andrew Gibson played for?
I'm not sure. What to do with
or maybe he didn't play. No, he played for the team in the Sioux, but they played that team. So it's probably same league. Because I remember him saying the name of that town.
That makes
sense. Or
did
he play in the CCHL?
Because that's the thing. Like there's a lot of little.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of little.
There's like the Null. There's the CCHL, which has like.
But I just
the
remember hearing that name in the Gibson.
There's another Raiders that we just talked about earlier today. That
Steve
Yzerman played for. So there's so many of those little things. But yeah.
Next game on the docket. Well, Malcolm Moss to Essex.
Welcome
Moss.
And that provides a really strong 1-2 punch for Essex
Castles
now.
and Tomas Najev. Yeah. Not too bad.
Great names too.
Yeah. Oh, we wish well, and thank you for the brief stint that he had in Essex, though. Thank you to Dominic
Dezorzi.
Thank you. His last name escaped me. Yeah. Thanks, Dom Dezorzi. Played one game. 1-0 in the 73s era for Dom Dezorzi. So good for him. And he's still young, so he's got years left if he wants to come back and play junior ever.
Yeah. It's just, it's numbers, right? Unfortunately, right? So the next game on the docket here, we only got a couple left, Ant. Don't worry. We're going to keep you awake, but don't worry. Just an AB conversation with me and Tristan. It's like, when are these guys going to stop just yakking on here? Lakeshore and Wheatley. Lakeshore went to Wheatley. It was a bit of a snowstorm that day. They went there. Lakeshore was actually it was 0-0 after the first period. Lakeshore outshot them 10-6 in the first frame. In the second period, Wheatley got on the board first. Kyle Below scored his 12th goal of the year at 3:21 of the second period. Josh Below and Ryan Basil with the assists there. Brandon LeBlanc scored 39 seconds later for Lakeshore at the 4-minute mark with Julian Gignac and Drew Stahlbrand with the assister. This was Gignac's first game for them. And then late in the second period, just 4 minutes later, actually, the Laser, Lazar Dragicevic.
A bit of a heater, Lazar.
With his 9th goal of the year at 8:09 of the second with assist to Drew Stahlbrand and Noah Giudice. Did we figure that's how we spelled his last name? It's not Gudis, right?
It's Judice.
Judice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is okay in Italy. It's Giudice, but it's Americanized to Giudice.
Okay, Giudice.
Yeah,
okay. Well, details matter. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So
Noah Giudice.
Yeah. So thank you very much for that. So Lakeshore was up 2-1, but in the third period, Grant Simon scores for Wheatley at 7:26 to make it a 2-2 game. His first goal back with the Wheatley Sharks. Jaden Ferguson and Josh Chauvin with the assists there. And then at 18:13, Jackson Ward scores his first goal of the year from Vito Alfano and Kyle Below to give the Wheatley Sharks a 3-2 victory over the Lakeshore Canadians. A big win for them because they
from Ethan Davis too.
Yeah, because Wheatley's battling with Amherstburg and Dresden right now for positioning in the bottom half of that division. So Hunter Welk made 16 saves on 19 shots, and Ethan Davis had 26 saves on 28 shots. Davis was the first star of the game. Grant Simons was the second, and Kyle Blow was the third there. So not bad for Grant Simons.
Too. What a time for your first goal.
Yes, Jackson.
What
Jackson
timing.
Ward, since dropping down from LaSalle, good for him. But interesting turnout there. And I might say, you said that's during the snowstorm there. When you come out of Atlas Tube Center on a cold January night, you feel like you're in C sector of Antarctica.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding you. It's
Right
a
by the
wide open plain.
Yeah.
Fields as far as the eye can see, and that wind whips through there at about 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It could peel the skin right off of you. It's
Every time I'm driving home from Tilbury when we do the Bluebirds games, I'll take 42 just to take the long route, and then we'll go by Atlas Tube, and like it's farm fields all the way to the 401, all the way to that center. So I can imagine just wind whipped playing soccer on those fields must be a very
chill of
interesting.
death runs up your spine.
And of course, Lake Erie's not too far away as well, or Lake St. Clair, I should say, is not too far away from there as well. The Thursday, we had some games wiped out by the Storms. Blenheim and Amherstburg got postponed, and Essex and Walpole Island got postponed as well. Any word on when that game with Walpole is being?
Not as far as I've been briefed on.
Yeah, there's a couple sections during the late stages of the year where teams have like 7 or 8 day breaks, so they might get thrown in anywhere.
Well,
right?
I could see. I'm not going to speculate. But
Go ahead. Yeah, I understand. The next day on Friday, the Lakeshore Canadians went to Dresden to take on the Kings, and they walked away with a 9-4 victory there.
Barn burner.
Yeah, we were checking this one out as we were doing the Spitz game. Lucas Boudreau scored in the first period. Julian Gignac scored his first goal as a member of the Lakeshore Canadians to go up 2-0 there this year.
The first of several.
Yes.
No, listen.
Yes. In the second period there.
There's more.
But wait, there's more. In the second period, Julian Gignac scores again, and then Von Troop scores to make it 4-0. Denver Boimier makes it 5-0. Julian Gignac completes the hat-trick for hat-trick hockey hat-trick here at 11:35.
How many Frenchmen are on this Bell River Lakeshore roster now? There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a number of them. So that would make it 6-0. Drew Bunda scored to make it 6-1, and then the Laser
again.
Lazar Dragicevic.
He's on a 3-game scoring streak.
That's right, 10th of the year at 15:56. And then Nathan Reedhead from Dresden scored to make it, I believe it's 7-2 after the second period. Cameron Graham would score 2 goals in the third period to make it 7-4.
Because why not?
Yeah, and then Kyle Kelly and Brandon LeBlanc scored to round out the scoring for a 9-4 victory for the Lakeshore Canadians. Bro Porosky made 21 saves on 25 shots in the win.
Bro Porosky.
Did I say bro? I'm sorry.
Like, no,
Bo.
Bro.
You know Bo Porosky. Griffin Taylor made 33 saves on 42 shots in the loss for Dresden there at the Chatham-Lambton Kent Memorial Center. A couple more games and then we are done.
Ken Houston, right?
But it says Lambton Kent Memorial Center on this one.
I think they're the same, right?
Oh, okay. So because it's the Ken Houston Agricultural Center.
Because that's near where the Lambton Kent.
Is that Petrolia?
Yeah, it is because that's like LCCVI.
Okay, that's Petrolia area.
Interesting.
Because that was a Friday night. Because Dresden always plays on Friday nights.
But Petrolia plays in a different rink themselves.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting. Controversy in the details of the arena.
Interesting. I don't know. Maybe that is Petrolia's rink because I went there last year, Lambton Kent. So yeah, interesting.
227 people watched the game.
Hey, that's a pretty good turnout.
Heck yeah. Last game's going on. That's the last game on the Friday. Saturday, that is today. There is Moortown and Walpole.
a home game for Moortown, right?
Yes, 11-3, the final score for the Moortown Flags. It was 1-1 after the first period there, and
anyone with go to the stat sheet and tell me who had the craziest output for the Flags.
For the Flags today,
the Dupuis having 6 points.
Jace Dupuis had 3 assists. Landon Marcy had 3 assists. Carson Crawford had 2 goals, 1 assist.
No one had more than 3 points?
Caleb Roseal had 1 goal, 2 assists. A bunch of guys had multi-point games in this one. So Ethan Dunbar made 33 saves, 30 saves on 33 shots. And is it Nicholas Duranian and Jackson Sterling played in this game. Nicholas Duranian, funny thing, side story, Roland McAlpine messaged me, and he said, Nicholas Duranian has faced the most shots in the entire PJHL this year. So, Mr. Michelin Man, Nicholas Duranian.
So wait, so is McAlpine
Roland?
Is that Brad's dad?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was the one that invited us out to Alvinston.
Hey, good stuff.
And I didn't realize that until like 2 days after. I was like, wait.
McAlpine.
Wait a minute.
Good Irish name on him.
Absolutely. And thanks again for having us out to
I
Killer Bees
apologize
game.
Too. For like a year and a half, I called him McAlpine because because I thought so. There's a last you know Rob McElwain who runs. Okay, I thought MC and then it starts with a vowel, so I'm like, you know what? It's McAlpine.
Yeah,
like McElwain.
That's something
it's
I would
Mick
do.
Alpine.
Yeah, just the classic broadcaster.
Don't drag me down that long.
That's something I would do.
What's that?
First
That's
time he speaks in 10
do.
minutes.
Well, we're sitting here going through everything. I'm like,
no, it's. I was an honest mistake.
I'm just trying to get.
And that's the hard part being a broadcaster because either way, you're going to say something wrong.
I pride myself in trying to be the best with voices.
Too.
Like I remember, having discrepancies with other announcers before and being like, I'm pretty sure it's this. And it ends up being either right or wrong. Like Judice. I remember it was Gudis, and I'm like, I don't think that's like it looks phonetically like Judice, and it is, but it's actually Giudice in like Italian. But
so you're both wrong.
Well, yeah, but they say Judice in Canadian or American. Like it's like layman's. It'd be like I'm trying to think of another example.
It's like it is Giudice, but I'm not going to fight anybody on this anymore.
But they wouldn't even call themselves Giudice. That's the thing, right? It's like some French names.
That's like when we think like Van Coily and Blenheim. It's probably Van Coily.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but it's just easier to say Van Coily because you got a bunch of angles around you.
Exactly. Just the same with like Chartrand is Chartrand.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a good example.
There's a lot of goals in this game. I'm not going to go through the entire breakdown here.
How many points did Cameron Graham have?
This is Moortown. This is different.
Okay.
So
he's still at a point.
11-3 was the final in that game. And the last game on the PJHL recap is Dresden at Amherstburg. This one went into overtime, boys.
Ooh.
And Dresden won 4-3.
Who scored it?
Well, the overtime winning goal for Dresden, Drew Bunda.
Drew Bunda, no way.
Bunda,
Walpole Island legend.
And that was his second goal of the game. Drew opened the scoring at 16:40 of the first period. Oh, sorry, that's penalty. Shit. Cameron Graham. Sorry. I got it completely wrong. I was reading penalties. No, Derek Neville scored the overtime winner. Okay. I'm so sorry, Derek. 17 seconds into the overtime period, he scores. Cameron Graham opened the scoring at 12:17 of the first period. Ryan Bork scored at 11:05 of the second. Brett Jones scored for Amherstburg to make it 2-1 after 2 periods. Then Cameron Graham scored again for Dresden at 6:31. He leads the league in points
right now. Then he has to.
Well, that's his 34th goal of the year.
He has to lead the league in points.
I'll double check it before we finish this segment for sure. Drew Booker scored for Amherstburg, his 11th of the year, and then Jake Goudreau scored at 16:40 of the third period to tie it up at 3-3, and then Derek Neville scored 17 seconds in from Mackenzie Anderson and Drew Bunda.
That's the opening draw.
Basically,
walked in and ripped.
Because is it 3-on-3 in overtime? Or is it, okay, so that makes sense. I mean, you make one guy miss and it's an odd man rush, right? Yeah. So Neville's gets the overtime winner there. Amherstburg picks up a point, but Dresden stays ahead of them because that's a really tight battle between those two teams.
That solidifies Dresden. They entrenched themselves even more in that sixth place, right?
Yeah.
No, fifth place.
Second place, 66 points.
That's insane.
So 34 goals, 32 assists.
Does he lead the league in goals? Click that 68-point guy.
Please.
Yes, he does. He leads the league in goals, 34 goals on a team that's in fifth in his division.
Yeah. Unreal. The goaltenders, Blake Verburn, or if it's Verburny, I apologize. 36 saves on 39 shots. Bennett Horrocks in the overtime loss made 25 saves on 29 shots there. So former Essex 73 with the OT loss. And that's a big 2 points on the board because we have the standings recap. In 8th place, Walpole, 5 points. In 7th is Wheatley. After a couple of wins, they are at 27 points. Amherstburg, 28 points. Dresden, 31 points. Moortown, 37 points, but they've played 3 less games than Dresden. They have 33 games, and Dresden has 36. In 3rd place, Lakeshore, 52 points, 25-8-2. Exact same record for the Blenheim Blades, 35 games, 25-8-2. They have 52 points as well. And in 1st place, the Essex 73s.
Oh, yeah.
With 61 points, 30 wins, 4 losses, and 1 OT loss as well. So that is the wrap-up.
If we were to win out this year, the 73s, and that's saying we're going to.
7 games, yep.
If we were to win out, we would match our record from last season.
75 points.
We had the exact same record. We had 4, this is the max, losses we had. We had 1 OT loss and 4 regulations. So,
yes.
Mind you, all of our losses last year were to either Blenheim or Lakeshore, I believe. Yeah. Or no, we had 1 to Moortown. That's right.
Yes.
John Churchin always gets that freaking 2-1 win in Moortown where you're like, what the hell just happened?
You lost to Moortown opening game of the year.
Shootout to Amherstburg last year too. I think we lost in a shootout to them once.
I think you're right.
In Amherstburg.
Oh, you're right. We did, but shootouts don't count.
No, I know, but I'm just saying though.
Shootouts don't count.
Flip a
That's
coin,
a point,
right?
Yeah,
but things are tightening up, and I had a list of some big games coming up this week. On January 18th, Moortown's at Blenheim. January 20th, Dresden's at Lakeshore. 21st, Walpole's at Wheatley. 22nd, Amherstburg is at Walpole. The 23rd, Blenheim and at Lakeshore.
That's a big game. That
sure.
determines second place almost pretty much. So
on the 24th, Dresden at Moortown, Essex at Amherstburg. On the 25th, Walpole at Amherstburg, and Lakeshore at Blenheim. That's the Sunday night. So Lakeshore and Blenheim have a home-and-home series on Friday and Sunday. And then on the Tuesday, the January 27th, is the final time that Blenheim will play at
crazy.
Essex.
So it could be an Essex Lakeshore semifinal. If that's right? With the standings, if Lakeshore gets 3rd?
No, because the 2 would play the 3 seed in the division.
Oh, you're right.
So right now, Moortown is in 4th.
Would be, oh boy, that's going to be a good series.
And Moortown is down 15 points to Lakeshore and Blenheim. So
it doesn't matter who it is; it's going to be a dogfight.
Essex playing any one of those teams, it's a tough second round.
Yeah.
Well, even talking about Dresden, even if anyone that they match up with in the first round,
dangerous. I think Dresden has the potential to pull off a massive upset. Cameron Graham, you have the best player in the league on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen.
And you got 2 of
flip.
them. You got him and Colton.
Yep.
And Derek Nevels and McLean Norris. They got a good forward group. Blake Verburn. Cam Hatchie on the back end, I believe. Maybe not. No.
Well, Cam Hatchie's playing for Blenheim.
No, you're right. Sorry. Sure. The guy who's look him up. Go
Which
on there.
One?
Just go to Dresden's defense corps. I'm going to know the guy's name. Sweeney is his name, I believe.
Okay.
He got called up for the prospects game as well as he got called up at the Chatham Maroons as well, I believe. Dustin Sweeney. Yeah, he's a good defenseman. Really good, underrated. So, Yep.
Cameron Graham, 66 points. Colton Graham, 57 points. McLean Norris, 43 points. Derek Nevels, 33 points. Mackenzie Anderson, 18. Curtis Smith, 17. And Dustin Sweeney, 17. But
as a D-man.
As a D-man, yeah. And for Dustin Sweeney, 4 power play goals and 9 power play assists.
Yeah, and he's their 16-year-old.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
So
he's a rookie.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
I want to verify that he's an 08 or an 09.
He is a 2009.
Yep. He's their 16-year-old.
Yeah, from Wallacestown, Ontario.
It's really good.
Unreal. So that's the PJHL wrap-up.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts, Ant?
Nope.
Norm Odell's a goddamn beauty. That's what we know.
No, well, yeah, but I was just letting you guys rip through and.
Yeah. What caught your attention from any?
Well, I just like how close everything is. You don't
agree.
know what's going to happen on any night, and we don't know who's going to match up in what series, and everything's going to be essentially a coin flip. It's just shows you, man. Once again, everything's getting tighter. Teams are getting better players. Drop downs are not just flocking to one team. They're, everything's kind of spread out, which is nice. But that drop down rule is fairly new, right? Like it wasn't
the superstar.
Like
you get one guy who finishes his career.
Yeah.
That was the first year they had it was last season when Patrick McManus came to Essex.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it levels the playing field quite a lot.
Yeah, it does.
It makes it way more fun to watch.
Yeah.
Way more fun to watch.
And you see some pretty sweet goals too. So
Absolutely. Yeah, it increases the talent level big time, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts before I finish things up?
No, man.
All right. If you guys are still awake, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms and give us a subscription on YouTube. Visit our merchandise link and, of course, support our sponsors because they support us. Mm-hmm. Get your 20% off at biosteel.ca using the promo code CRISPYHTH and get 10% off your order at Howie's Hockey Tape with the promo code HTH Podcast. Last words? Let's eat.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. From Anthony, Tristan, and myself, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast. Good night.
I've lost my fight with time. My numbers up and up the line. I gaze at this darkness, so empty. Just looking for the light. Shout for help, but no one's there. Need a guiding hand, someone who cares. All alone in the darkness, I've realized for the first time I am scared. If I could do it all again, if I had one more chance, my friend, I would rewrite all my wrongs. I would find where I belong. I got lost along the way. I had so much more to say. If I could do